Ron, I'm here at FDIC in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I have the pleasure of meeting one of our customers from 2016, Dan Weitzel, from the city of Manzanita, Oregon. And the reason why I want to talk to Dan is because he's done some phenomenal things with repeaters, and that his application is about putting these repeaters in protective cases. You talked about the weather and also the protection for repeaters, but he's a fireman as well. So Dan, what are you doing with BridgeCom repeaters?
So we use BridgeCom repeaters for a lot of emergency management. We have them on our active side as a city, using it for our day-to-day operations. And then we have the units that we put in the mobile boxes that we use for if the fire department loses their frequency system or we need an additional system put up. And so this actually worked really good for the city of Manzanita. Back several years ago, we had an EF2 go through Manzanita. All communications were tied up, except for my BridgeCom system. My guys actually took it, threw it up, put it in the system, activated real quick.
So wait a minute, so this was a mobile type deployment, duplexer installed, everything?
It was literally without the box. That's after we had that event is when we decided to start putting them in the boxes. This was literally in the box from when we received it from you in 2016, and I think it was within a couple of months of us receiving it. We planned on getting it installed, but then that happened, and the system was so quick and easy for them to fire up and go because we had it programmed by you guys. So it literally, they hooked the antenna up, did a quick tune, and I had frequencies to work during an emergency. And so that incident, we had about 200 and some homes that were damaged, and so you can imagine things were a mess. We had a lot of people in the field. We used essentially radios, little ham radios that I was actually able to pass to other utilities to also be able to communicate back through me through the repeater.
So you're working with all sorts of folks, amateur radio folks, yep. CERT, are you involved in CERT?
So under this, in that event, we actually have CERT. We have what's called EVC and B, which is a group that's comprised of medical MRC groups. They are CERT groups. They are ham people. They are a bit of everything, and that's what, in a big disaster, these are the folks that help us continue on.
So what brings you to FDIC?
So besides I wear multiple hats in our community, I'm actually a 29-year volunteer fireman, and so this opportunity came up to come over here and see it. I've never been to the FDIC. Love it. It's great. I got to meet you.
We've never been here before either, so this is really cool.
Nice. And so it's great. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm here for fire stuff, but a lot of emergency management stuff.
Well, it's awesome to meet Dan. He's a customer, and he's got this awesome testimony about how BridgeCom repeaters helped him, and I just wanted you guys to see that as well. So if you're ever out in Manzanita, Oregon, look Dan up, and if you wouldn't mind, these repeaters you said one's a GMRS, right?
Yep, we have we actually have two GMRSs, one that belongs to the city, one that belongs to the ham group. And the ham group one has been up as long as ours has, and they sit on top of a mountain that is pounded by the oceans of the Pacific, and yet keeps on chugging along with great pride. So
there you go. Anyway, Dan, nice to meet you.
I appreciate it. So.